Okay, hello everybody. Good morning from Plymouth, here in the southwest of England, or good afternoon or good evening, wherever you are in the world. Thank you very much for joining us for this, the last of our pre-departure webinars for new students joining University of Plymouth International College, UPIC, this coming September. It would be great if you could just stay on mute. We'll give you every opportunity to ask questions as we're going along. So feel free to use the chat function, or we'll allow time at the end if you'd like to use your voice. And we'll make sure we give ample time to answer any questions that you may have. Let's start with some introductions. My name is Tim Gutzel. I'm Director of Marketing and Admissions for UPIC. We have a number of colleagues on the call, so I'll pass to them to introduce themselves. So UPIC colleagues, and also Ellie, would you like to start? Is from Clever, our preferred accommodation provider.
Hi, yeah, I'm Ellie. I'm from Clever Student Lets, and I'm normally the person that emails you regarding your accommodation.
Thanks, Ellie. Toby, do you want to kick off from the UPIC team?
Absolutely, thank you. Hi everyone. My name is Toby Joseph Johnson, and I'm the Student Experience Manager here at UPIC. Amber.
Thanks, Toby. Hi, my name's Amber. I'm the Marketing and Student Recruitment Coordinator here at the college. I'll pass over to Amy.
Good morning. Thank you all for joining us. I am Amy, one of the admissions officers here at UPIC. I will introduce you next to our college director, Matthias.
Hi everyone, lovely to meet you all. I'm the College Director and Principal at UPIC. Looking forward to welcoming you here.
Thanks all. As you can see, we have a number of topics that we need to get through on this webinar. So lots of important and useful information for you. We've started with introductions and meeting the team. We'll describe to you the Student Hub services, our accommodation provision. We have Ellie from Clever to help with that as well. We'll talk about the important dates, so last date for UK arrival and semester dates and all of the important dates. We'll talk you through how to arrive, how to reach Plymouth once you're in the UK. Talk about visa issues, about the medical centre. Toby will take us through all of the induction week activities that are led by the student experience team. We'll introduce you to the Students' Union, and Amber will take us through all of the social media that UPIC has to offer. So that's kind of our agenda for the next half an hour or so. Toby, would you like to introduce your student experience team?
Yes, absolutely. So as you can see in that picture, the slim gentleman, sorry, not slim, the person in red is me, supported by my lovely colleagues, Anita and Jake. So we're part of the student experience team, and we're here to ensure that you have the softest landing when you get to the UK. I like to say we're like your brothers and sisters whilst you study here. So we look after you from an academic point of view, but also any queries you have around accommodation, your welfare, and anything to support you with your studies. You know, we want to make this as comfortable for you as possible. Our opening hours are 8:30 a.m. Monday to Friday to 5 p.m. If you want to get in touch with us, you can contact us via the email there, highlighted student.experience@upic.plymouth.ac.uk. You can also give us a phone call on that number, and someone within the team, I think there's about 9 of us in the building at any point in time, and that phone number goes through to us, and we can there to, attend to you. The Student Hub. So the Student Hub is located in the university library. For all you students that are coming to study with us, you have both student services from the college as well as the ones from directly at the university. So any of the services available at the uni directly is available to you as a UPIC student. So you have access to the Students' Union, you have access to the various teams there from a welfare, counseling, disability and dyslexic service, as well as the Student Center and immigration. So if you have any queries about your visa, the team there can support you. There's also a careers department located in the Student Hub, and they can help you out with your CVs and preparing for interviews for any of you who would look to seek any employment whilst you're studying. As,
Thanks, Toby. I skipped over that map quite quickly. Suffice to say that UPIC is on the university campus, and the university campus is in the centre of the city. But you'll get a better idea of that if we take you on our virtual tour. So Amy is going to lead that for us. Thanks, Amy.
Thank you. I am just going to share the screen. Tim, could you confirm that you can see the virtual tour, please?
Yes, we can.
Perfect, thank you. So I will start off by showing you where UPIC is in relation to the city. So we are here, 15 Portland Villas at the end of this road. And if I zoom out, I will slowly show you that we are actually right at the edge of the university campus. So whilst we are here, this is the center of the campus here. I will turn it around and show you that right here is the central point. So you've got lots of facilities really close to you. For example, the Students' Union is there, the library is there, which is open 24/7. And some of the main faculty buildings are right in the center of the campus too. We've got Babbage over here, which caters for our engineering courses. We've got our marine building there. Roland Levinsky caters to some of our more creative programs. And I will show you one of the other buildings later that caters to our health and human sciences, because there are a few students on the course who will be going to that building. A few students on the call, sorry. So I'm also going to turn around and just show you that right next to the campus are some of the accommodation halls. So there are some right here. And as you can see, they are just across the road from the campus. So I'm going to take you inside one and show you an example of what one of the rooms may be like. So this is a single room. You can see they are bright, cozy, comfortable. And this particular example is not an ensuite, but many of the options are. I will show you the kitchen, for example, in this building. It is a shared kitchen. So as you can see, it's open, it's big, there's plenty of space. We don't provide the food, that is for you to do, but you can see that there is space and opportunity for you if you like to cook meals from your home country, or if you fancy buying something from the high street, some English cuisine perhaps. So that is just an example, as I said, but we will talk more about the accommodation options later. What I will show you next is some of your opportunities during your social time, your leisure time. Over there is the ocean, so that is Plymouth Sound. And I will take you there in just a moment, but before I do, I will take you to one of the really lovely areas of the city, just by the marina. Apologies, I've taken you to the wrong place. Oh, my camera's going funny, sorry. So this is the marina area right here. Oh, sorry, I will turn around slowly as it's quite big.
There's a bit of wind in the drone. It's all right. It's okay.
Yeah.
I think so.
It's getting blown off course, isn't it? Slightly.
I think it is. I've lost a bit of my perspective, actually, to be honest. No, I've got it. Sorry. So here is the Barbican area here. And as you can see, it is right by the water. Right along here is a high street of the Barbican. And there are lots of restaurants, cafes, bars, ice cream shops, all the way along here and all the way around here. And right over here is the aquarium, which is a great place to visit on the weekend or of an evening also. These are one of the social hubs, if you like, of the city. It's a great place to go and even just take a stroll in an evening or on a Sunday morning. Beware of the seagulls if you're having food. But yeah, it's definitely a recommended place to visit. I will take you now over to the seafront, which is called Plymouth Hoe also. And you may recognize one of the landmarks here, which is Smeaton's Tower. Another landmark is the Tinside Lido, which is an outdoor pool. And when you are arriving here shortly, it may be a little cold to swim in, but come next summer, it would be a great place to spend some time at. So if I just show you next to the Lido is the Hoe right here. This really is a nice place to spend time at, even if it's just when you have an hour break in between lectures, or if there's a festival on or a carnival, there's usually something going on there, and it's a lovely place to visit. you will see over here, that is where we've just come from at the Barbican. That is the university right there, and it is less than a mile away, so it only takes maybe 5 to 10 minutes to walk. Before I do take you back there, I will just show you over to the left slowly. You will see in the distance that is Cornwall. And that is a really lovely scenic area to visit on the weekend. There's so much to see and do there. We can give you recommendations of transport options. And also another place to visit, which is just by Plymouth, is here, Royal William Yard. One of our student experience team lives over this way, and he can definitely recommend some places to try, but it's a lovely place to walk. If you just want some quiet time, or, go for a coffee or some food. But all of those things we have all across here in the city centre also. So if I take you slowly back.
Amy, you should have warned people that if they're in the Royal William Yard, they might bump into Wayne Rooney. For those of you who follow football, that is where he's living at the moment, apparently.
That is true. So I hear. I mean, I've been there a few times and he's not come out to say hello, but I'm sure he may if you spend some time there. So we have just come from there and we are back now over the university campus. And what I will show you before we finish up at UPIC, which again is here, are just some buildings actually just behind us. So this tall building right here is newly renovated. That is our intercity place, which caters for the health and human sciences. So that building actually has a floor nearly per course. So if you're doing nursing, you have a floor of excellent facilities and equipment to yourself. The same with physiotherapy, diagnostic radiography. And as you can see, it's only a couple of minutes walk from the college. Just behind that, actually right here, is the train station. And as you can see, that it's also very close. So if you have flown in from Zimbabwe into London or Kathmandu into London, you can get a train from London down to here, and you will be a very close walk to us for your enrolment. So that is where we are. Our student experience team, our admissions team, and our marketing team are all based here. It is open 8:30 to 5, but we do also offer an out of hours support for students should you need any further help. Some of the classes may also be here too, and this is where we will meet you for your enrolment very shortly. So that is UPIC. This is the university and this is the city. So we are really looking forward to welcoming you here. Thank you.
Great. Thank you, Amy. So yeah, as you can see, very convenient location right in the city centre, a few minutes from the waterfront. So yeah, it's a great place to live, not just a good place to study. There we go. So let me try and go back to my original share. There we are. There we go. Can you see my screen okay now?
Yes, we can.
Thanks, Toby. So next, accommodation. Ellie, over to you.
Yes, so we do have a lot of the accommodation with UPIC. A lot of you may have heard of us from the UPIC website. We have various different rooms available, from just normal rooms in a shared house to studio rooms if you're wanting something just for yourself. We do help with bedding packs. So when you do arrive, you don't have to worry about bedding. We do provide all of that. And we do help on your move-in day as well to make your transition as smooth as possible.
Thank you.
Thanks, Ellie. So the important points to remember here is it's a great city with student accommodation. There's plenty of accommodation available. It's all very close to the college and the university. So very easy to find something that's within 5 or 10 minutes walk. Lots of rooms are en suite, means you have your own bathroom. If you book through Clever, there's all kinds of things, added value like complimentary bedding pack and help with moving in. And all of this is in a city which is among the top 15 safest cities in the UK, according to official data, and a university which is very highly ranked. So top 2 UK young university, according to the Times Higher, and top 5 UK university for all things marine, teaching and research, and great value as well. So accommodation prices start from £100 a week. There's a wide range of different options, so you can pay more than that. But for £200 a week, you would probably have a penthouse with a sea view. So fantastic value. You could have that kind of accommodation for the price of a cupboard in London or another big city. So it's a great value student city. And the accommodation is bookable through our online application form. So if you've not done that yet, go to our website. You can see the link to the accommodation and you can book online.
Also on the topic of the website, Tim, are you happy for me to just share my screen just so I can show the members on this call where most of the information is stored that we've been
Sure,
discussing
please
on
do,
this
Toby.
website? Can everybody see my screen at the moment?
Yep.
Yeah, so as we can see right now on upic.navitas.com, if you go across to the top tab, one highlighted new students, there's loads of information here about preparing to leave your home country and travel across to the UK. We also have this pre-departure guide, which we've just produced, and you are able to download a copy of that. Within there has information about our key contact details. It has information about the extracurricular activities available, booking accommodation, some important dates to be aware of, how to get to Plymouth, via train, via coach or taxi service, or you can even book our airport pickup within that. There's a brochure that shows the various types of accommodation available, some information around shopping and food, and your final steps to complete. So please do have a look on our website. On the orientation and enrollment page, it has information about the documents that we will require to complete your enrollment, as well as some information about the various events that will be carried on next week. So, enrollment at the college, as you would imagine, a few shopping tours, campus tours, as well as some welcome talks by the various people at the university. So staying safe in the UK, student immigration, students union, and some, more personalized talks from us here at the college at various venues. Not to worry though, campus map will be added to this page very soon, and you have an update on that in the near future. But please, if you have any questions, feel free to use the chat. Thanks, Tim.
Thanks, Toby. We'll just go back to the next slide. So Toby, Ellie, would you like to take us through this? So, but what happens next is what happens once you have submitted your accommodation application.
So once you've submitted your application, that normally comes directly to us at Clever. We then have a look and see what accommodation we think would be best suitable for your needs and anything that you've requested. Once you've done that, we'll then send you the offer for the accommodation. You can then accept or decline the offer. If you do accept it, then you'll then be sent a tenancy agreement by our admin team, and you'll make payment for the accommodation. Once you've received the payment, you'll then, when you arrive in the UK, come into our office and then give us your right to rent, so your passport or your share code. It's really important that you do have the share code with you if your visa isn't in date still. Once you've done that, you can then collect your keys and then move into your new property. So it's a really straightforward process.
Great, thanks, Ellie. We should pause there to see if there are any questions about accommodation or indeed about anything else that we've discussed so far. Feel free to use the chat, or we'll certainly give time at the end for any questions anyway. Okay, so let's move on. Airport pickup. So the really important thing to emphasize here is, please, whatever you do, arrange something in advance or have a plan for how you're going to get to Plymouth. You can step out of the airport and into a taxi and ask them to bring you to Plymouth, but that will be very expensive. So one of the easiest things to do is to use our airport pickup service. You can book that through our website. And this is through a local company that we know well, that's very familiar with working with us. Typically, the cost of that is going to be around £250 or a little bit more, according to the airport you're coming into. So that's one way of doing it. But there are lots of other ways as well. By train, the journey from Paddington, London, Paddington, to Plymouth takes between 3.5 and 4 hours. You can come by coach. That's a road journey, so that will take a little bit longer, but is probably the cheapest way of traveling. Or use our pickup service. So lots of different options for how to get here. But please do just make sure you have a plan in advance and don't just step out of the airport into a taxi, because that will take all of your pocket money for the next few months. Toby, collecting your BRP.
So your BRP will be delivered to the post office. If you're a minor or under 18, you can contact one of us in the student experience team, as well as emailing the UKVI reporting team to send you your information for your right to study check. So there's a couple of different checks you have to do. Ellie alluded to a right to rent check, which I've put the link in the chat, so you can complete that once you've picked up your BRP from the post office. A BRP is your official visa. Anything that you have within your passport is only an entry clearance vignette. It's also very important to note that from January 2025, biometric residence permit, which is called a BRP, will be moving online. Okay, so if your BRP, when you pick it up, expires in December 2024, have no worry. One of us in the student experience team can sit down and explain you the next steps to take. Okay.
Thanks, Toby. I should just add that Maria has joined us. So Maria is part of our team based in Port Harcourt in Nigeria. So we should give you the opportunity to say hello, Maria, and maybe share your experience of visiting Plymouth.
Hi, everyone. My name is Maria. As you said, I'm Student Recruitment Coordinator in Port Harcourt, Nigeria. So I'm glad to let you know that I've been to Plymouth, and I'm in fact looking forward to being there again because it's a lovely city. So traveling there to study from wherever country you're coming from, I just want to assure you that you don't have much to worry. I was there in September. The weather was fine. The city itself is beautiful. The people are friendly, so you don't have difficulties trying to walk up to someone to say, could you please help me, give me direction or something. And studying there, in fact, I personally call it a student city because distractions are not there. You could focus and get the best out of your studies. So I can assure you that you've made the right choice to study at Plymouth. Thank you.
Great, thank you, Maria. Just a note on the University Medical Centre. Again, this is right in the heart of the campus. To be able to access the medical centre, all that you need to do is register with a GP. So that's a general practitioner, a doctor. Once you're registered with the doctor, you will be able to use the University Medical Centre on campus. Enrolment. So enrolment starts on the 9th of September, so next Monday, for undergraduate students, and a week later from the 16th for pre-masters, for postgraduate students. So we have a full week of activities there. And on the day of your registration, we ask you to bring with you your valid passport, visa, if you need a visa, a UK phone number, if you have one, tenancy agreement, and emergency contact details. Tenancy agreement, so we're saying there, as you can see, a commutable distance to Plymouth. So we don't absolutely require you to live in Plymouth, but there is lots of accommodation here available. You will need to make sure, wherever you live, that you can reach the college by 9 o'clock in the morning, because there will be some days where you have a 9 o'clock class, and you need to be able to get home comfortably after 5 o'clock in the afternoon. So ideally, you would live in Plymouth and you can just walk into the college. But if you want to live somewhere slightly further away, just make sure it's within easy commuting distance. Toby, anything else you'd like to say about enrolment? Worth pointing out, it happens in the college building.
It's just about signposting to the college. So our address is on every information that we have communicated with you. It's 15 Portland Villas, Plymouth, PL48AA. We're using technology right now. I'm sure some of you are using your phones. Your phones have Google Maps. Please use those features. Come to the college. One of the members of the team will be able to help you. 8:30 a.m., 5 p.m. Someone will be here Monday to Friday.
Thanks, Toby. Do you want to say a bit about the welcome talks?
Yes, absolutely. So I signposted most of you all to our website under new students that has the information around orientation and enrollment. But on day 5 of the welcome talk, I think is one of the most important ones because that's where you have specific talks with the college management team. You meet with Matthias, the college principal. You meet with Dr. Jones, and you also have a welcome talk from the student experience team talking about your complete journey, right from enrollment all the way to when you graduate and transition to the university. We show you how to join your classes, information about your student portal, your timetable. We can help you prepare enrollment letters to assist in opening a bank account, and just any questions you have. You know, we're very experienced here and we have time for you to discuss everything. Okay.
We've gone through a lot of these dates already, but just a final reminder. So undergraduate orientation, as we've just said, from the 9th, postgraduate from the 16th, and do come along because there's lots of really useful activities during those weeks. Undergraduate teaching starts on the 16th and postgraduate on the 23rd. The last day, so we can be a little bit flexible for undergraduate enrolment. So we can admit students up to the end of the second teaching week on the 27th of September. But for pre-masters, you really do need to be here from the start, because if you miss any time out of the shorter pre-masters program, that is compromising your chances of being successful. Accommodation fees balance, well, you need to pay as you arrive at UPIC, any balance which is applicable. And then the next semester's fees are due on the 15th of November. The term ends on the 13th of December, and the last week of term is the undergraduate exams week. So 9th to 13th of December, undergraduate exams. So I think that's taken us through all of the important dates. Toby, would you like to talk through the Students' Union? So this is the representative body for all students on campus.
Yes, that's correct. So as you can see there, Dindu is the president of the Students' Union, supported by his colleagues Darcy, Joshua, and Krupa. They are the student body that, you know, absolutely are in charge with senior management at the university, and they represent the student body. Obviously,
they're elected, aren't they, Toby, by the student body? So this is a real kind of vote of confidence in, as you can see, a UPIC alumnus here, and several of our former students have had posts on the Students' Union. So
that's correct.
Shows how strongly, deeply integrated our students are with the university community.
Yeah, most definitely.
Amber, all our social media.
Hello, yeah, so we're active across several social media channels. We have Instagram, Facebook, YouTube, and LinkedIn. So do have a look, follow us. We have our handles there on the screen. So what we use social media for is to really showcase all the fun activities going on across campus, all the social gatherings, any cultural dates or religious holidays we celebrate as well. Also with social media, any important information from the college or the university with regards to your studies, or to keep you safe in general, we will use our platforms to share on there. One of the main things we like to do as well is showcase the student experience. So if you like to create content, if you're a good photographer, if you make reels, I would love to collaborate with you there. So always share anything you have, or if you want us to publish your work, then please get in touch with the marketing team.
Thanks, Amber. Oh, this is you as well, isn't it? Talk us through this.
Very exciting times. So for the first time ever, we're entering all new enrolled students into a prize draw. So as soon as the enrollment is over, we will be putting everyone's names into a fun digital spinner, and then at random we'll choose one person for first prize, which is £150 gift voucher. Second prize is Beats by Dre earbuds, so it's quite nice to listen to music when you're studying, at least that's what I found back in the day. And the third prize is 2 yearly memberships to the National Aquarium, which is a really lovely place to go, and you can bring a friend every day for a year if you want. Why not?
Thanks, Amber.
Thank you so much.
So we're getting close to the end now. We know there are lots of questions which are often asked. So we'll go through these frequently asked questions and give you some answers. But if that doesn't answer every question that you have, then please do let us know. Toby, how can I enroll if I haven't received my visa yet?
You're not able to do so because you need your visa to enter the country. And we don't provide any online facilities for enrollment. So you need to come into the college, meet a member of the team, get your documents scanned, complete the enrollment at the college as well as completing the enrollment at the university. Can I live anywhere in the UK, Tim?
No, as we said before, we'd much prefer you to live in Plymouth. It's very easy and convenient and good value to live in Plymouth, just a short walk from the college and the university. If you need to live a little bit further away, then we do just ask that it's in easy commuting distance. That means you need to be able to get here by 9 o'clock in the morning, Monday to Friday, and get home safely and comfortably after 5 o'clock. So easy commuting distance, ideally in Plymouth itself, but not in another part of the country entirely from where you can't travel to Plymouth. Amy, can I work to fund my studies and accommodation?
You can work, but as per your visa, which limits you, you would not then earn enough to fund your studies and accommodation, hence why we ask for your finances beforehand. The student experience team can actually assist you and direct you to places to look for a part-time job. So you can work 20 hours per week during term time and 40 hours a week outside of term time, I think.
Thanks, Amy. Amy, just, whilst Ellie is here with us, Ellie, in a situation where a student didn't want to pay a semester at full cost, are they able to pay on a monthly installment?
Yes, so the only thing with that would you would have to have a UK-based guarantor, and they would have to be earning 36 times the monthly rent per year to be an acceptable guarantor.
Okay, thank you.
Toby, when do I have to pay the second installment of my fees?
So the second installment of your fees, if you're an undergrad student, is due on the 15th of November, 2024. This is towards your second semester that starts in January. If you have any difficulties in paying that on time, please communicate with the student experience team. Do I need to buy a laptop, Amber?
Well, Toby, you don't need to buy a laptop technically, but we strongly advise that you do. It's always best to have that flexibility when you're studying, so you can study at home, you still go to the library. If you don't have a laptop to start with, then you can rent a laptop, you can borrow laptops at the library, use the computers, but no, definitely buy a laptop. And if you want some advice on where to get the best deal, do come and speak to us at the student experience team.
Thank you, Amber.
So, Amy, I'm coming back to you. But don't worry if you don't know the exact date. What is the last day I can arrive in the UK?
Thanks, Amber. There will be a date on your CAS which will specify the last day with which you can enroll. I have to double check my dates. So if you're an undergrad, the last date for which you can enroll by is the 27th. And if you 27th of September, sorry. And if you're a postgrad, you must enroll by the 23rd of September. So you really need to arrive in the UK before that, ideally on the 9th of September when enrollment starts, so you don't miss anything. What is the first thing I should do once I arrive at the UK airport? Matthias.
On the spot.
Thank you very much, Amy. Well, I think I might defer to Toby here because I think Toby's going to give a much more sharper. I know the first thing I would do is look for a coffee, but Toby, I think you've got a much more practical answer to this.
No, absolutely, Matthias. I think you're right. Stay hydrated is important. So yes, get a coffee, get a bottle of water, settle down. Do not go into the first black cab you see. But also notify a member of the student experience team or contact us just to tell us that you've arrived safely. At which point then you make your arrangements to get to Plymouth within working hours. If
Toby, oh, sorry.
Yeah, go on.
Sorry to interrupt you. If I didn't have transport booked or a taxi booked, what would you recommend for me to try, like in terms of transport to get to Plymouth?
So it completely, the different factors from an affordability point of view. If you wanted the cheapest option of getting to Plymouth, it'll probably be the coach, but that's about 5 hours journey. So depending on when you land, it depends on when you're going to get to Plymouth. And obviously, yes, you'll be paying cheaper transport, but potentially you might have to stay at a hotel if you are arriving outside of working hours. The fastest way would probably be by train. So you jump on a Heathrow Express to London Paddington, and then you take a 3-hour train to Plymouth. Please understand, obviously, I believe the last train to Plymouth is around 7 to 8 o'clock in the evening. So you may need to stay, either in London or, arrive really late into Plymouth. I know there's some sleeper trains available, so there is that too. But I'm hoping, you're all going to be very well planned because you've attended this session today, a couple of days, 4 days before enrollment begins. So you can possibly book an airport pickup service, and a member of the transport service can meet you at the coffee shop and, bring you straight to your front door at Ellie's accommodation office at Clever Student Let's.
Thank you.
I think I can also add to the last question. You did mention Let's UK via reporting. No, that you've arrived the UK. Important.
Fantastic, Maria. Thank you so much.
Great, thank you, everybody. Those are our frequently asked questions, but is there anything else that you would like to ask us? Using the chat, using your voice, would be very pleased to hear from you. Just while you're pondering on any extra questions, we'll put our contact details up there, and also that image of the British Firework Championships. That's a great event that happens every year, every summer in Plymouth, over 2 evenings. In the summer, it's a competitive fireworks event where lots of manufacturers put on their best displays, and thousands of people, as you can see there, turn up to enjoy the fireworks. So just one of the many great things about Plymouth. Matthias, would you like to say some final words?
I think, yeah, I mean, as everyone's described, it's a beautiful city. It's a lovely place to study. I think we're just very much looking forward to seeing you all arrive over the next few weeks. As Toby said, there's all sorts of ways of getting to Plymouth. There are some trains. I think, Toby, the last one, I can offer a bit of advice on that. The last train out is at 9 o'clock out of Paddington, because I used to get that train quite a lot. But it's a fantastic place. You're going to meet some great people. You've seen some people online today. It's a wonderful, warm, welcoming team. And we're just very much looking forward to the start of the new semester and all that exciting stuff that we're going to be doing. So we'll look forward to seeing you there.
Great. Thank you, Matthias. Toby, I can see Aria has asked, the activities are the same for Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday. So are we required to attend all 3 days? And Toby has answered that as I speak.
No,
one of the days would be fine.
Yeah, so just one of the days would be fine as long as you completed the whole enrollment process. On one day you might have, some bedding to go and buy or pick up some cutlery from Wilkinson's or Sainsbury's or one of the outlets. And so you might decide to come on another day to come and complete your campus tour or your Plymouth tour. But there'll be loads of activities available on campus, so not to worry. It's always nice to see people's faces all through. You're very welcome, Ira.
Okay, great. So I think we'll wind up there, or jump in quickly if you do have any last questions. In the meantime, I'll just say thank you for all of my colleagues who've joined us on the call, and to Ellie from Clever, thanks for joining, and all of the UPIC team, to Toby, to Amber, to Maria, to Amy. We should also introduce Ruth. Ruth, would you like to say hello? Ruth has recently joined us doing an equivalent role to Maria's in Lagos.
Hello, everyone. Good morning.
So there we go. There's a hello and a goodbye, I think, at this point, because I think we're all done. So thank you very much, everybody, for joining us. And we very much look forward to welcoming you to Plymouth very soon now. Thanks, everybody. Bye.
Cheers, everyone.
Bye.
Bye.